Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're in the Epic Handbook from 3rd edition D&D. We're continuing the Feat playlist for the Epic book. Since there are quite a few feats to go over, I'm sure this playlist is going to take a while. So, as long as you're willing to join me, we will continue. Let's see, I did the first 15 feats in the previous video. And if you were to look up the Epic Feats table list for 3rd edition D&D, I'm just doing them in that order. So for the most part, it's alphabetical order, but when they branch off into a branch, I hit everything in that branch as well. And then just keep going. So that's the only time that it's going to cause me to have to flip through the book some. So bonus domain should be the start of the list today. We'll do bonus domain, bulwark of defense, chaotic rage, combat archery, craft epic arms and armor, craft epic rod, craft epic staff, craft epic wondrous items, damage reduction, deafening song, hindering song, dexterous fortitude, dexterous will, diminutive wild shape, and fine wild shape. And I believe that's where I will stop this video, and we will continue on the next video starting with distant shot. So blinding speed was the last one I did last video, so it's bonus domain. Bonus domain. You have access to one additional domain of spells. Prerequisite, your wisdom score needs to be 21, and you have to have the ability to cast 9th level divine spells. Benefit, choose an additional domain from your deity's domain list. You now have access to that domain's spells as normal for your domain spells. Special, you can gain this feat multiple times. Each time you take this feat, it applies to a different domain. The cap to that is the amount of domains your deity can let you pick from, which is all the domains that are listed under your deity. Let's see. Bulwark of defense is next. Con of 25 is the prerequisite, and a defensive stance 3 per day, which you only get from the Dwarven Defender. Benefit, your defensive stance bonus increases to a +4 strength, +6 constitution, +4 resistance bonus to all saves, and +6 dodge bonus to AC. Chaotic rage. Your rage is particularly damaging to lawful creatures. Prerequisite, rage 5 per day in chaotic alignment. So the prerequisites would need to be changed a little bit if you're using this in Pathfinder, because rage 5 per day, when you played a barbarian in 3rd edition, your rages were so many times per day you could start a rage and it'd last for so many rounds. Where in Pathfinder, you only have so many rounds per day you can rage. Benefit, any weapon you wield while in a rage is treated as a chaotic weapon. It deals plus 2d6 points of damage against creatures of lawful alignment. This ability does not stack with similar abilities, for instance, if the weapon is already a chaotic weapon. Okay, let's see. I know I get to skip a couple here because they were already covered. Combat archery, and then craft. So yeah, I got to skip that one. So combat archery. Prerequisites is dodge, mobility, and point blank shot. Benefit, you do not incur any attacks of opportunity for firing a bow when threatened. Normal, without this feat, you incur an attack of opportunity from all opponents who threaten you whenever you use a bow. So that allows you to fire while you're in melee without provoking attacks of opportunity. Craft epic magic arms and armor. You can craft magic arms and armor of epic power. Prerequisites, craft magic arms and armor. Knowledge arcane 28 ranks, and spellcraft 28 ranks. The ranks could be reduced by 3 for Pathfinder. So you would have 25 ranks for Pathfinder characters. because the skill ranks were a little bit more powerful in 3rd edition and 3.5. Benefit: you can craft magic arms and armor which exceed the normal limits for such items, as stated in the Dungeon Master's Guide. For instance, you could craft a magic sword with an enhancement bonus of greater than +5, with a total effective enhancement bonus greater than +10, or that required prerequisite spells of higher than 9th level. See Chapter 4, Epic Magic Items, for examples of epic magic arms and armor. Craft Epic Rod. You can craft magic rods of epic power. Prerequisites: craft rod, knowledge arcane 32 ranks, spellcraft 32 ranks. So like I said, if you're playing Pathfinder and you want to use this, I would reduce the ranks by 3, so you'd only need 29 ranks in both. Benefit: you can craft rods that exceed the normal limits for such items, as stated in this book and in the Dungeon Master's Guide. For instance, you could craft a rod with an enhancement bonus greater than +5, or a rod with the prerequisite spells of higher than 9th level. Again, see Chapter 4, Epic Magic Items, for examples. Craft Epic Staff. You can craft magic staffs of epic power. Prerequisites: craft staff, knowledge arcana 35 ranks, and spellcraft 35 ranks. Then again, if you're playing Pathfinder, I'd reduce those ranks by 3, so you only need 32 ranks each. Benefit: you can craft staffs that exceed the normal limits for such items. For instance, you could craft a staff that can cast spells greater than 9th level, or a staff with an enhancement bonus greater than +5. Craft Epic Wondrous Items. You can craft wondrous items of epic power. Craft wondrous items is the prerequisite, and knowledge arcana 26 ranks and spellcraft 26 ranks. So I would subtract 3 if I was playing Pathfinder from those, so you'd only need 23 ranks, so you'd only need to be level 23 before you could get that feat. You can craft wondrous items that exceed the normal limits for such items. For instance, you could craft a Cloak of Charisma with an enhancement bonus greater than +6, or an item that required prerequisite spells of higher than 9th level. Let me look at my list of feats again. Okay, so after Deafening Song, so damage reduction, you can shrug off some damage from attacks. Con score 21. Benefit: you gain damage reduction 3/-. This does not stack with damage reduction granted by magical items or non-permanent magical effects, but it does stack with any damage reduction granted by permanent magical effects, class features, or this feat itself. Special: the character can gain this feat multiple times. Each time you gain the feat, your damage reduction increases by 3 points. Deafening Song. Your bardic music deafens those nearby. Perform 24 ranks, bardic music class feature. So if I was playing Pathfinder, I'd reduce the perform ranks to 21. Benefit: you can use the song or poetics to temporarily deafen all enemies within a 30-foot spread from you. A successful fortitude save, DC 10 plus half your class level plus your charisma modifier, negates the effects. The deafening effects last for as long as you continue the deafening song. You can choose to exclude any characters from this effect, usually your allies. You may sing, play, or recite a deafening song while taking other mundane actions, but not magical ones. You may keep up the deafening song for a maximum of 10 rounds. Using the deafening song counts as one of your uses of songs or poetics for the day. Then, hindering song. Hindering song. Prerequisites: deafening song. Perform 27 ranks, so I'd reduce that to 24 ranks if you were using a Pathfinder bard. And the bardic music class feature are the prerequisites. Benefits. You can use a song or poetics to hinder enemy spellcasters within 30-foot spread from you. To successfully cast a spell within this area, the spellcaster must make a concentration check, as if she were casting defensively, and all such checks have a penalty equal to half your level. You can choose to exclude any characters from this effect, usually your allies. You may sing, play, or recite a hindering song while taking other mundane actions, but not magical ones. You may keep up the hindering song for a maximum of 10 rounds. Using the hindering song counts as one of your uses of song or poetics for the day. Then dexterous fortitude. Dexterous fortitude. You are able to resist physical attacks with exceptional agility. Prerequisites: dexterity score of 25. And the slippery mind class feature. Once per round, when targeted by an effect that requires a fortitude saving throw, you may make a reflex save instead to avoid the effects. Evasion is not applicable. Dexterous will. You are able to resist compelling effects with exceptional agility. Prerequisites: dexterity of 25 and the slippery mind class feature. Benefits: once per round, when targeted by an effect that requires a will saving throw, you may make a reflex save instead to avoid the effect. Evasion is not applicable. Diminutive wild shape and fine wild shape. Diminutive wild shape. You can wild shape into animals of diminutive size. Prerequisites: ability to wild shape into a huge animal. Benefit: you can use your wild shape to take the shape of a diminutive animal. Normal. Without this feat, you cannot wild shape into an animal of smaller than tiny size. Fine wild shape. You can wild shape into animals of fine size. Prerequisites: ability to wild shape into diminutive creatures. Benefit: you can use your wild shape to take the shape of a fine animal. Without this feat, you cannot wild shape into an animal smaller than tiny size. And I believe that will be it for today on the list of feats. So the next time we take up this video series, we will be continuing from distance shot. Well, until we all game again, guys.